India, which is a very big abuser. We tax them, and they tax us. Almost in all cases, they're taxing us, and we haven't been taxing them. Tariffs will make our country rich.
But won't they raise prices?
Properly used.
So India and China are looking to normalize ties, and trade is a major focus area. The reason? Donald Trump. He will take charge as the US president next month, but he's already at work threatening tariffs left, right and center, targeting China, Mexico and Canada. And now Donald Trump has turned his attention to India, promising tariffs on Indian products. He's calling them reciprocal tariffs.
India, we don't have to talk about own. If India charges us 100%, do we charge them nothing for the same? You know, they send in a bicycle and we send them a bicycle. They charge us 100 and 200. India charges a lot. If they want to charge us, that's fine, but we're going to charge them the same thing.
Now, these threats are not new. Trump made them throughout his election campaign, and now he's proving that it wasn't just rhetoric. He plans to walk the talk, starting with Mexico and Canada. He will slap import tariffs on goods from these two countries, Mexico and Canada, and for China, he plans to raise the existing tariffs. The impact of his announcements is already being felt. In Canada, Justin Trudeau's government is under immense pressure. The finance minister has quit. There are growing calls for Trudeau's resignation, and Trump continues to mock him, calling the Prime Minister the governor of Canada. And now he's training his guns on India. Of course, India is not Canada, it's a bigger economy, but it's not immune to Trump's protectionism. He wants to use tariffs as leverage to secure better terms during negotiations. So the question is, what does he want in return? Where would Trump apply this pressure? His team is still working out the details, like which goods will face higher tariffs. Will Trump impose blanket tariffs, or will he be selective? It's not clear yet. Remember, last month, Trump targeted BRICS as well. BRICS is a grouping of emerging nations. It has Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, BRICS. The group expanded this year. It added new members like Iran, the UAE, Ethiopia, and Egypt. And trade is a major focus area for BRICS nations. They're exploring alternative currencies. They want options other than the US dollar to buy and sell goods. It's called de-dollarization. That's what they're exploring. Donald Trump does not like the idea, so he has threatened BRICS nations. Trump is demanding, and I'm quoting, a commitment from BRICS. Accept the US dollar or face 100% tariffs. That's what he said. India made note of that statement. Here's what External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar said.
I'm not exactly sure what was the trigger for it, but we've always said that, look, India has never been for de-dollarization. Right now, there is no proposal to have a BRICS currency.
Now, this was a significant message from Jaishankar. BRICS remains an important platform for India, but New Delhi has shown that it is prepared to be flexible. During his first term as president, India walked a fine line in its dealings with Donald Trump. And now that he is back, India plans to do the same. Last month, India's finance minister echoed this same flexibility. Nirmala Sitharaman addressed the trade issue. She said that India is open to reducing duties. It would consider cutting taxes on some imports as long as they do not hurt domestic manufacturing. But what if that does not pacify Trump? India has other options then, including retaliation, and this is something that we've done before, retaliate. In 2019, when Trump was in office, he revoked some trade privileges. India was part of a special scheme. It allowed duty-free exports to the US. Now, this scheme covered exports of up to $5.6 billion, and Indian exporters were the biggest beneficiaries of this scheme. But Donald Trump scrapped it. And in response, India hit back. India imposed tariffs on 28 American imports, including goods like apples and walnuts. Some of the tariffs were as high as 70%. India still remains excluded from this trade scheme. This is despite bipartisan support for India in the US. Joe Biden, as president, could not deliver on this front, and now the decision falls to Donald Trump. He calls himself a deal maker. But every deal maker knows one thing: no negotiation can succeed with just demands and ultimatums. A successful deal requires compromise. It requires give and take. Without it, Trump will have a stalemate on his hands.